It was all due to thin walls of a doctor's office. I didn't hear the content of the conversation, but I could tell a physician was talking with, it sounded like the mother of someone who had what my son had, which was a CIDP, a type of neuropathy. And so when the physician came in the office, I said, I don't know who that was, but here's my information. Would you please give it to her? Because I would really like to meet that person.
I had dealt with my daughter's disease for over 10 years and never talked to anybody else who had been dealing with that disease at all, other than the doctors and the nurses at the hospital. So when I was able to connect with her, it was such a relief to talk to somebody who knew what I was dealing with, and she had the same sense. So that was how this all came about. We sat down and started thinking, how can we do something for the community? And so this is what we decided to do.
Right now the statistic is 1 in 15. So doing the census data for Central Texas, it's about 114,000 people are walking around with neuropathy.
They have an odd sensation and they might go see the doctor, and usually people will go see their primary care physician and hopefully they'll get a referral to a neurologist so they can have further testing, but that's typically how it might start.
People will say that they feel burning in their feet, or tingling, or numbness.
For some people, they say they feel like they're standing in a pit of fire. They feel like their feet are on fire all the time. And that would be horribly painful. That would be a miserable way to go through life.
There are probably plenty others who just think maybe I'm getting older, I'm just, not quite as strong as I used to be, or I'm getting older and I just have pain in my feet. That's sort of how it goes.
It's important that when you start to feel the numbness and tingling and odd sensations, you get in, you see a doctor, you get it checked, try and find the root cause of it so you can stop the progression of the neuropathy as soon as possible.
The point of our organization is to provide hope and support, because without either one of those, a journey with neuropathy is difficult.
We have 3 support groups up and running right now, and we meet monthly, and we usually have a guest speaker come in and they'll present the information that they have, and then we have question and answers, and then we have time afterwards for people to sit and visit, and we have time before for people to sit and visit.
I was reading the paper and saw something about neuropathy support group, and I said, oh, I know those words, neuropathy, I know what that is. The age range was from teenager through a little bit past middle age, like my group. There were people in their 20s and 30s and teenagers and 40 years old, and I was very impressed, not that all these people had a common malady, but that they had the wherewithal to attend a meeting to help each other.
Being sick is not just talking to doctors, it's talking to other people who have the disease and seeing how they cope with it, and it's talking to other healthcare professionals who have some idea about how to help you cope with it too. So they have physical therapists who help with exercise programs, and they have nutritional people who help with nutrition, and they have all kinds of interesting people that talk about how they cope with their disease or how they cope with neuropathy. And I think it's been nice.
My first indication that something wasn't quite right was probably maybe as much as 14 years ago. I've learned more through the support group than I have through any medical doctor. It's an education in itself to learn that it manifests itself with everybody in a different way, and their body does it a different way. And so I will keep going and trying to learn and kind of gearing myself toward following those paths that they're learning more about, or maybe feeling are more promising to finding out how to help.
Well, and it makes you feel like you're not alone. I think it gives people a sense of hope, because a lot of times people don't understand how difficult it is. Neuropathy is not a life-threatening condition, it's a life-changing condition. You can't look at somebody and know that they have this condition, but they themselves are feeling it, and they can connect with people who understand what they're going through.